Well, welcome back everybody to Motorsport Manager and the single-seater playthrough then. And it's been a little while since we recorded this actually. As you all know, it's a little bit sporadic in terms of content at the moment, but I've got 4-day Easter weekend coming up, so it should be plenty of time to try and catch up over that weekend. But we're going to get on with this again today. Last time out, of course, 2nd and 4th was a pretty miraculous result. And one we desperately needed. Of course, we were hoping this would be the season that we go for the championship, but we're struggling. We are still second. I think to win the championship is almost impossible now. But second place, as long as we can continue improving the car quickly and can stay in the points regularly, I think that second place is definitely still possible. So that's the aim, and the result last time went a long way to helping that, that's for sure. Right, we have 2 new front wings. Was that one that's just finished? No, that was a rear wing that's about to finish. So we'll improve the reliability of those. Now, I would like to try and get them ready for the next race if we can. So we'll go maximum on reliability and see if we can get them ready in time. We still got quite a way to improve those 2 suspensions. We got these upgrades coming quick, sort of nice and quickly now, and that's what I think made the difference last time out. It's still showing us as the 8th quickest car, but I think we're definitely performing better than that at the moment. Right, we've got a short-term contract there with La Paz Telecom for 750,000 up front, or $1 million for 10 races. Or 350 up front, or 150 per race. I think 4 races we'll take that $250,000. That's not too bad. I don't think it's replacing a fixed sponsor, no. So we'll definitely take that money, and we'll get another sponsor offer. Hopefully a little bit better next time out, but we'll see. Next time out, in 4 races time, should I say. So we got that new rear wing finished. Again, I think we'll go with a similar strategy to the front wings. We'll build 2, and then we'll wait till after the next race to start improving their reliability and try and get them on the car for the next race, and try and get the front wings on this time. Might be asking a bit much to get them on the car one race after they're built, but I think we need to keep building the parts as quickly as we can, and then we'll choose a cut-off point. It all really depends. I think we'll go for the plus 40 there, and we'll go for the plus 40 during the race. And there'll be some nice rear wings there. It's only 650,000. God, I wish that the Haas playthrough parts were that cheap. But then we are making quite a bit more money in that. But it all depends on the championship, really. I don't feel we would be fired if we don't finish second, but it is possible. So it depends. If we can get ourselves secured in that second place nice and early, then we can cut off development of the car and concentrate on next year. But we'll see. We don't really want to be paying for a vote, considering we don't want to spend too long in this championship. Hopefully next season will be the promotion year. We'll have to wait and see though. Monroe's constantly on his phone and keeps disturbing us when we're working on his car. Can you please tell him to stop doing that? I mean, I feel the mechanic relationship will be harder to get back, so I guess we'll find him, and it's rather selfishly, it's a bit of money in the pocket, so I think we'll take that. I'm sure he can deal with that morale hit, as it must be pretty high already. Right, that new rear wing nearly done. Those front wings, I don't think they're going to be ready for this race. One of them might. We could switch to just one of the front wings, I guess, and make sure that's definitely ready. Yeah, I think we'll do that just to be sure. Does it, if we get rid of one of these? Yeah, we will definitely get that ready in time then. We may as well get the one that has the biggest improvement ready, and then we can put that on one of the cars. Okay. I think that's better than having two, because we'll definitely have two ready for next time anyway, so we may as well get that one done and then move on from there. Right, that's the other new rear wing finished. I think we'll have a little pause there. We'll see how we do this race and get some money back in the bank before we spend even further, because the chairman won't mind, but we still need to avoid pissing them off, really. Clara's birthday, so that 100,000 that we gained from finding Munro we'll use to throw a birthday party for Eka. Let's hope he never finds out about that, because that's the kind of thing that drivers could get very annoyed about. Right, we're getting a bit of a bollocking about our balance again. No problem there. And we are ready to go then. We have got a new sponsor next time out as well, so it should hopefully give us a bit of money. Is that... I was hoping it'd be a major sponsor, but it's not. We need to get rid of these time-based sponsors if we can, and take some up-fronts for these. But I think you only get non-race bonus sponsors in these slots for the modded game. I don't think the base game, I think they're always a bonus, so we'll just take the ones that give us the most up front, I guess. Right, we are ready to go then for round number 7 in Dubai. I'm feeling confident. Let's go for 4 for above again. Again, as we said, if we get this one every sort of 3 races, even 3.5 races, then it's worth doing over Luxina, even though we will probably get 12 every time, but I think it's worth the risk, as paid last time out. So, right, brakes will stay the same. I guess the only new part we'll be putting on is that new front wing. Eka is still our number 1 driver, so we will continue to give her the best parts so that we don't piss Munro off too much. We can use that second... Ooh, I forgot to improve that second gearbox. We only needed a little bit to make that viable, but I'd rather take a more reliable one, I think, this time. Same with the average rear wing. There's really no point in putting reliability on that when we've got 2 better ones coming. Right. Yeah. Okay, we're ready to go then. Some nice upgrades. Well, one upgrade to the front wing. So we'll see how much difference that makes to Eka. But as per usual, I shall get practice underway and be back with you guys for qualifying. Okay, into qualifying then. Pretty good practice session. Even though they're quite short practice sessions in this single-seater playthrough in this Asia Pacific League, we do have 2 very good drivers at feedback. Our reserve, Carolyn Ann, is 18, Eka is, I think, 16, or Munro is 16, I can't remember which two I use now. So they're really good at getting feedback, and we get a lot done even though it's quite a short practice session. We've got 99% set up for Munro, still waiting for our first 100% in this playthrough. And Eka, we've made some improvements for qualifying, so hopefully the setup would have gone the right direction for qualifying. But some okay opening laps then. 1:12.8 from Eka, 1:13.1 for Munro. It's actually not looking very good now that it's shaking down. Hopefully there'll be a few more guys appearing behind us. Once again, Eka showing a nice edge over Munro in qualifying. And of course with that new front wing might be making quite a big difference as well. I think the front wing Eka is running is 70 or 80 points higher than the one Munro's got, so that could be quite a big difference. Again, I'd like to be sort of knocking on the door of the top 10, but it doesn't look like we're going to do that unless we see a massive improvement in the second runs, but we'll have to wait and see. Now, Eka's only a few tenths off that top 10, and he once again almost missed out on doing a second run. I'm a little bit hesitant with these tyre rules in this league to do 2 runs, purely because we only get left with 1 set of Super Softs for the race, but generally Super Soft's not really a tyre you run twice in the race, unless the tyre wear is really bad and they're much longer races, which they're not in this division. So we should be okay, but let's wait and see if we can find a bit of an improvement second time round. Some quicker times going in from the front guys, so the track's definitely getting quicker as you would expect. Eka is in quite a bit of traffic though. Jury's still out on how much that will actually affect our laps, but I guess we'll find out. Her splits are looking pretty good then, and she's going to be the first to cross the line and go 9th. And Munro improves to 16th then, but half a second between our two drivers. And it's exactly what we want from Eka. If we start in the top 10, then we have a chance of getting into the points early on in the first few laps and not just have to rely on strategy. It's a bit disappointing from Munro, but again, that could be purely down to the front wing or some better parts that Eka has got. She has got a heavily modified car in comparison. So hopefully once we get all these new parts that are in the pipeline up to scratch to be able to use them in the race, then this should start to get a bit better in terms of the sort of equality between the two drivers. But for the moment, Eka has been our front runner for quite a while now, and I'm perfectly happy to give her the better parts at the moment. She's doing the job. So 31 laps in the race then, and I think we can probably get away with a one stop if we start on the soft tyres. We should be able to do a one stop on the softs, but we got the mediums there as backup if we need to. Again, I keep forgetting this in this playthrough. It's the fuel. The fuel is the problem. I'm just wondering if we save on the fuel, whether we might be able to get away with a one stop. I'm not going to try it for Eka. I think we will start on the super softs, to be fair, just because of the fuel load. And we will keep the fuel topped up. I might try something a little different with Munro this time then. I'll put the soft tyres on, and we won't push at all on the fuel. In fact, what we'll do is we'll start with low. We will attack on the driving style from the beginning. And we'll see if we keep the engine mode on low, whether we can get away with doing a one stop. I don't know if we're going to lose too much by keeping the engine mode down. If we can gain two and a half laps of fuel, we can do this on a one stop with Munro. And you know, with this league being that way, the fact that we never seem to be able to get a fuel tank, a track where we can do a one stop race because of the fuel, then maybe this might be the way to do it. And it's worth giving it a go with Munro. He's starting quite far back in the field anyway, so it's worth giving it a crack. But we're underway, a little bit late me realising that there. I don't mean I knew we were underway, but recognising it, talking. And Eka's made a pretty good start. She's up to 8th already, and she's all over the back of McLeod. Mixing McLeod and Leclerc there for some reason. Munro, as is to be expected if we're keeping his fuel, we need to look after those tyres a little bit. Temperature's pretty warm as well, so I'd expect these super softs to start overheating at some point. But I'd expect Munro to fall away from the back of the pack, but as long as he stays within a few seconds, then he may well get the benefit of doing a one stop. That's the danger here. If we fall too far back, then the benefit of doing the one stop is just completely disappears. It depends how much fuel we can save, really. If we can save enough in the first stint, these tyres are overheating now, so we're going to go back to conserve. What are the AI doing? They're going pretty heavy on them, so if we look after them, we should be able to be a bit stronger in the final stint. But yeah, it depends for Munro. If he can somehow save enough fuel to be able to do 16-17 laps on these tyres, then we don't have to save fuel on the second run. We'll have to wait and see how much he can save first. I guess we will have to find out. He's already saved a lap and a bit over Eka then, who we're just going to go hell for leather with the fuel. I think we'll keep it on high for a couple more laps. Towards the end of the stint, we'll turn it back down again, just to make sure we don't do too much damage to the engine and gearbox. Although our car should be reliable at this point. They're not as high as I would hope to be, and they have been at the end of the seasons, but that's to be expected. It's not until you stop development that you can really get all the parts sort of up in the sort of 85-90 range that I would prefer them all to be, because that means we can push pretty much non-stop on the car if we need to. Eka holding on to the back of these three at the moment, and looking after her tyres better once again. So hopefully towards the end of the stint that will start to pay dividends. She's already trying to take a look down the inside of Kanjiro. We've got no real tools to help us here. We can obviously use overtake mode and push a little bit harder, but I want to keep things under control in terms of temperatures and fuel. But no ERS in this, so we can't force our way past. It's all down to the driver, and there goes Eka then down the inside of Kanjiro. And let's see if she can get after those two ahead now. She doesn't want to fall too far behind Cruz in 6th. If we want those points. And there is a bit of a gap developing between the front 6 and Siewitz, who is on soft tyres. So it's a bit of a cork in the bottle. So if we can try and get past these 2 cars ahead, that's going to benefit us. We could even stop a little bit early, considering we're easily going to have enough fuel at this point. It's definitely going to be a 2-stop race. So I might come in as early as possible, to be honest. It depends where Eka's going to come back out. We should get a reading of that. She will be last at this point. We don't want her to run straight back into traffic. Now, Monroe's made a bit of progress then, even with all that fuel saving. And still got maybe 6-7 laps left of fuel. It might be enough, you know, to do a 1-stop. And he is holding on to the back of that group. The problem is that gap between the medium tyre runners and the rest of the grid is getting bigger and bigger. Right, a bunch of people pitting now. Really struggling on the tyres. We've made up some places on this lap, and I think we need to come in this time around then. So we'll go attacked, use the last little bit out of these tyres, and we'll go onto the soft tyres. Probably 2 stints on the softs till the end. So only 12 laps to go. Sorry, 11 laps I mean per stint, but we will put the full amount of fuel in so that we can, probably only 12 will be okay, just so we can push all the way through the stint, and hopefully the engine and gearbox will hold up to it. That's taken quite a bit of wear in this stint, down to 55 and 63. Monroe on the other hand looking after it, 70 and 65. And he's back up provisionally to 13th at the moment. It'd be interesting to see if he comes back out ahead of Eka, if Eka comes back out behind, and she does. That looked like a bad pit stop. Yeah, we lost 3 seconds on the tyres there. So that's really not worked out too well for us. But we don't need to be attacking anymore, so we'll go conserve and high and just see what the temperatures do. It's still very hot, 31 degrees then. And Monroe looking good at the moment for making this 1-stop. He only needs a couple more laps. He's already got enough fuel, to be fair. But as I said, if we can drag this out, so he's only got 13 laps to do, then we don't have to save fuel all the way through the second stint. And this could work out well here, to be honest. Now, what's going to be interesting to see is that all these medium tyre runners should be running out of fuel in the next lap or 2. And indeed, they all do come into the pits then, even though they've got plenty of tyres left. So that suggests that none of the AI are clever enough to save enough fuel to do a 1-stop. So this could work out really well for Monroe at the moment. He's second, still yet to stop. Just needs a couple more laps if he can manage it. He needs to make sure we don't run out as well, of course. Now Eka is back up to provisional 12th with only 2 cars to stop. So that 3-second mistake in the pit stops has really hurt us here. And I don't know that we need to be conserving these tyres all this much. So I think we're going to go to push. I'm just going to have faith in the engine and gearbox at holding. I think we've just got to try it at this point. So Monroe's probably going to be able to do 1 more lap after this. So I don't think we're going to save enough fuel. So we are probably going to have to do the entire second stint on low fuel as well. And with 16 laps to go after this one, it's going to be close. So I think we've got to give it a go though. We'll put soft tyres on again. And we'll brim the tank. And hope, I think, at this point. It's going to be close. He should be okay. He should be okay. He's got half a lap of fuel. And he'll be starting the 16th, which will leave 16 laps to go. And he would have done 16. No, he would have done 15. Oh, I don't think he can quite do it. There's no other way we can save fuel really apart from getting laps, and that's not really optimal for our strategy. I think we will go back to neutral for Eka because I don't think pushing is going to give us all that much benefit once they're that overheated. We'll give it a go anyway. Monroe comes back out as expected at the back of the field, but, and it's a big but, if he doesn't have to stop again, then he could well be in for some points here. Depends how much time we lose in this final stint, really, or early on in this final stint. And of course, the bigger question mark: do we have enough fuel to get to the end? I don't think we're going to. I think we're going to be one lap short, in which case it's just going to ruin the strategy, or we're going to run out of fuel. But what can you do? I think we've got to give it a go with Monroe at this point. He's so far committed that if we do a two-stop from here, there's no chance of points. And let's not forget, that is really the point here. If we're not in the top 6, we're not getting points, there's no benefit to us. You know, if we're going to finish tied with somebody at this point, it's going to be on count back of wins and second places, not on whether we finish 9th or 10th in a race. So we've got to go for some strange strategies, and we've got to try some things, because if we don't get into the top 6, then there's no, I really don't mind where we finish at that point. Obviously, the chairman, the lower down we finish, the more the chairman will be annoyed at us, which, considering we're not on good terms with them at the moment already, is not great. But there's not much we can do about that, really. Right, it's 12 laps to go. The soft tyres have done 8 laps so far, and they've got plenty of time left in them. I'm wondering if we want to try and undercut some people. But Eka, the problem is Eka will not come back out in free air. She will come back out in traffic, and that's the big issue here with the undercut. A couple more cars in the pits then, making some repairs. And Monroe does comfortably jump them. Well, I say comfortably. About 4 or 5 seconds. They should get to the end from there, and so should Narhez. So we'll have to wait and see. Some more cars coming in for their final stops now then. So I wonder if we just attack for a couple of laps and get Eka in as early as we can. There's a few worrying warnings about, though. I think we're going to have to go back down to medium fuel. That did get her past Batista, though. And I think we will come in this time round, just to avoid people undercutting us too badly. Now, I'm wondering whether those super softs would be better. I think we will go for a fresh set of softs. I think it probably is best. And let's bring the... we don't need to bring the... yeah, let's... oh, do we? I think the engine and gearbox are a problem, so I don't think we're going to push for the second stint, so we won't put as much fuel in. That will save us a little bit. Let's attack for the final bit of this lap. Take as much as you can out of these tyres. Hopefully no mistakes this time. Come on guys, we can't afford any kind of slip-ups if we're going to get any points today. And she comes back out still behind Monroe then. So Monroe's strategy looking okay at the moment. It's going to be all about that fuel. I don't think he's going to save enough. That's the big problem. We have massively overfueled Eka again. I don't know why we keep doing this. I seem to put too much fuel. I think I'm reading the wrong number. I think I'm not taking into account what the car already has in it. Possibly. Engine not looking good. I think we're going to have to use some of this excess fuel though, if we're going to get anywhere near the points. And Monroe's great gamble is not paying off, I would say here, because Eka is closing in quickly. And I don't think Eka is anywhere near the points either. We will see once this all shakes out. Those few stops puts Monroe up to 11th. Eka stays 15th. And this is the other thing. People have got fresh sets of super softs, either because they started on a different tyre or they didn't use 2 sets in qualifying like we do. And that's the one thing why I really don't want to be doing 2 runs in qualifying 2. Maybe, hopefully Munro can do us a bit of a favour here. Even if he runs out of fuel, maybe he can hold some people up for a while. Or maybe he's just going to let them pass as quickly as possible. Good. One more car to stop then. So it doesn't put Eka anywhere better than 11th. And Munro 9th. So we can see the points ahead of us. Engine, again, a problem for Eka. There is that final stopper. Stramby. So it lifts us to 9th and 10th. Munro losing positions left, right and centre here. This is not going to work. And we've done Eka's engine in, which really just gets rid of any possibility of attacking late on here. We will push on these tyres and see if she'll get any benefit from that. I could attack considering how much life we've got left, but I'm a little bit worried about the car. But at this point we've just got to go for it, I feel, because the car is just not going to get us into the points. Otherwise we can see those points. Hopefully she'll get past her teammate easily. Don't push too hard, Munro, good lad. And there goes Eka off into the distance then. She can see points if she can find her way past these cars quick enough for us to back off the car. We've just got to hope that our guys back at the factory can build some reliable parts even past the red zone. So we are running a bit of a risk here. There's three laps to go. Munro is almost certainly going to run out of fuel. Excuse me. But I feel at this point there's not much we can do. Tyres, okay, probably taken a bit too much of a beating now. I'm a little bit worried with 2 laps left. We might even run out of tyres. But there she goes round the outside of Tyler then, up into 9th. She can still see points. They're a little too far away though. It's about 3 seconds to McLeod, and she's got 2 more cars to find her way past. And the engine is about to go bang. So we have to go to low fuel mode. Munro is not going to make it round, I don't think. We're going to try at this point. He's going to run out of fuel. That is just the case now. We could have pissed him and maybe still finished in sort of 18th or 19th, but okay, we're just going to have to go for this. We can't even see points with Eka. I don't know why we're attacking like this, but she's not going to finish 6th. Let's go out in a blaze of glory, shall we? Munro out of fuel has dropped back to 15th place, 16th, and is almost certainly going to be 19th. Eka on the line, can't quite get 8th, but it's a disappointing race then. Munro is going to creep across the line. Can he hold on to 18th? He did, and that's probably where he would have finished if we'd made a late pit stop as well. So there's the answer. We cannot save enough fuel to do a 1-stop in this series. Full stop. It's just not possible. There might be something we could do in terms of new engines. There might be some part slots that might have a benefit to fuel consumption. Of course, at the beginning of the season, we could build a better car that is better with the fuel consumption, but I'm pretty sure we're maxed out across the board anyway. So it's disappointing. 2 very different strategies there. I think even if Munro had managed to keep enough fuel right until the end, he still would have probably been 12th, 13th, 14th. So just not the pace really. Eka was aggressive as she could be. Obviously we need some extra reliability in that engine and gearbox if we're going to be pushing all the way through like that. And I think maybe we probably were better off using it sparingly. We could have got a point there. I think the thing we've got to take out of that is we're not far off, and that could just have been a bad race, maybe a bad strategy, but although I think we did it pretty well in terms of Eka's case, apart from pushing too hard. And in the end, You know, we're only 5 seconds off the points. So I think on a different day we might have made it. Those front three, though, are a long way off. Surikov has been demoted 2 places after a part was found to have broken the rules. So he finally loses a victory. He gets the pole position bonus. But a victory is gifted to Thornton Motorsport. And that's not too good for us. Because that could be pretty bad for the championship. Although the other Thornton car is 13th. So we should still be okay. I think it's Esprit that are our main rivals. Monroe drops to 5th as Kura Mishra takes his probably first win of the season to move up to 4th. Ecker still in 3rd, but it's Surikov that still leads the way. And Esprit do go ahead of us by a point then. And Boa and Thornton are getting ever closer. So we need to get these parts on our car. We need more people. In the factory. We need a better factory, to be fair, to be able to keep up with the development rate of this car, because we're throwing parts at us as quickly as we can. Of course, there was not just the 2 new rear wings, there was another gearbox that we forgot to get ready. He's now got a rival with Amila Latien, so we can't bring her into the team. Not that I was particularly thinking about doing so. Some good improvements from Monroe. He continues to improve. And still some good improvements being shown from Mecca, to be fair. So I'm still fairly happy with our drivers. Chairman is now on 0%. So I do worry for our future here. And could... Oh boy. I was going to say, could this Let's Play finally be coming to an end? And if we don't finish 5th in the next race, we're fired. Wow. Okay. Well, that's going to be it for today. And you cannot miss the next episode in Brazil, because it may well be our last. I don't really know what to say about that. I guess we're at 0%. And it's been coming. You know, we're still in that hump for that 2nd place. That's the problem. If we were still in 2nd, then maybe we wouldn't have been threatened like that. But wow, Cutthroat, we've done goodness knows how many seasons with this team now. We will take a look next time actually at the stats if we do get fired, because it will be a bit of a reflection episode. But yeah, I mean, keep your help and advice coming. I don't know what you can advise me on a race that could be completely random. Our drivers could crash out. You never know. And we could not even have a chance to finish 5th. So, yeah, thank you everybody for watching as per usual. Hit that like button if you did enjoy the episode. And I guess if you've liked this series, because we're going to struggle to get 5th, I think, next time out. We're going to have to work as hard as we can to get those new rear wings, the other front wing and the gearbox ready for the next race. I have no idea how we're going to do that, but we may have to just risk it. We might have to put the parts on the car when they're not quite ready and just nurse the car home, because we need the performance. We have to try and get in that top 5. Our car is 7th quickest, so we've gone up another place, and it's definitely making leaps and bounds, but we need to keep our job. So yep, if you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. It would mean a lot. In terms of coming up this week, there should be another Haas episode in the next couple of days. Me and Rage will be recording the podcast on the Australian Grand Prix tomorrow, so expect that Wednesday or Thursday. It'll be a little bit late this week, unfortunately, but yeah, that's when that'll be out. And there'll be a Project Car stream on Thursday. In terms of the endurance stream, I know this is never the place to do updates, but I know if you guys have watched right till the end of the video, then you're the true diehards that these notices are for. So, endurance, again, maybe next Sunday. We've got the Easter weekend next week, so I'm planning to do quite a few streams, hopefully. Or at least back up a lot of videos, so I'll let you guys know on Twitter. But just didn't really have time this Sunday. So, as always, thank you everybody for watching, and join me next time for what could be our final ever single-seater playthrough episode. We'll find out next time.